Zioncoins Crypto news. Today we're looking at what's going on or in the Twitter sphere, or X sphere should we call it now. I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion, your award-winning Stellar XLM crypto developer, and today I'm delivering you the news on crypto. The markets are down, all the coins are down, but who's gaining and what's going on fundamentally? So to get a perspective on that, we need to look at the news. So let's head on over to X and see exactly what's going on. Okay, we got that Martin guy, B, is talking. Simply copy and paste errors, just transferred nearly $50 million USDT directly to a scam wallet. Always verify addresses twice. Now what is going on here? Now if we look at this, W3 antivirus, how to lose 50 million in under an hour. This is one of the largest on-chain scams losses we've seen recently. A single victim lost $50 million USDT to an address poisoning scam. I don't know how that works. The funds have arrived less than 1 hour earlier. The users first sent a small test transaction to correct address. Minutes later, $50 million was sent to a poisoned address copied from transaction history. Oh dear. I feel sorry for that guy, and you know, we don't want that sort of thing. I mean, it's you know, you need to check your addresses, and the best way to do that really, in my opinion, is to scan your addresses in and use passkeys, because that will confirm exactly if you're going to be having those sorts of issues. And you know, you check the whole number, check the whole wallet address. That's just what you're going to need to do. As I said, really sorry for those scammers, but you really need to do your due diligence if you want to be decentralized, and you know, you want to take care of your own assets rather than a bank, rather than the nanny state. You need to do your due diligence. That's what it's about. And those that are into crypto understand that. Losing $50 million, maybe you shouldn't have had that in the first place. I mean, look, I know these scams are getting elaborate, but that is something that, you know, should not be happening. So verify those addresses, especially with that amount, over and over and over again. Right, next up, we have James Rule, XRP. What is he talking about? Okay, so what? Brian Armstrong. If you try to steal from our customers, we will work with law enforcement to find you and bring you to justice. One taken down, and I don't know who this guy is. Coinbase is committing to working with the law, so he's obviously a scammer. Anyone know who that is? Comment in the, or make a comment. And on that note, smash the like, subscribe. We're trying out a new format here. You get a better view of my office and, you know, how we're set up, working on the Zig3 V3 wallet, your new Stellar Crypto DeFi wallet, using Passkeys ID, so you don't need to remember any password, any secret seed. Nope, it's just Passkeys. Now, moving forward, let's have a look and see what else we've got. I just want to bring you the news real quick today, because as I said, the markets are down, but what can we see that's actually going to bring us in to maybe a Santa rally this year, or potentially early next year, January, right? Let's see what the news is saying. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. In my opinion, fundamentals are important for the macro. Just here's a clue. Keep that in mind, okay? Technicals are going to give you a bigger insight. We're looking at the history, what's happened before as to what could be happening now, okay? That's a real clue there. Fundamentally speaking, things are popping. Things are massively bullish. Governments around the world adopting crypto, Bitcoin, ETS popping. Like, there is a bigger revenue stream than there ever was for crypto. So just bear that in mind. And it's fundamental to crypto's success. Without the fundamentals, there just is no technicals, people. So don't get it twisted. It is what it is, you know. Look, let me just say this. We're looking at Bitcoin archives. WEF whistleblower reveals the Klaus Schwab's plan to control everybody through ESG, net zero, and cashless society. Well, that's come about 15 hours ago. I spoke to Desiree Flexia, at Desiree Flexia, the insider who blew the whistle on Deutsche Bank's ESG fraud and became the most hated target of ESG movement. Full story is in that one if you head on over to there. So really, there's not really much positive happening fundamentally. So you know, that is kind of one thing that we really need to consider. So what's Cointelegraph saying? Okay, top of the post. Not dead yet. Episode 1, Cypherpunk. Values are baked into foundations of crypto, privacy, self-sovereignty, decentralization. The problem? They're dying. In a new show at RG Bags, is joined by editor-in-chief at John Rice to find out why with the people who work best. Why with the people? To find out why with the people who work best. Okay, well, you can look at that, but that means absolutely nothing to me in any case. That same news on the scammer again. I think that's the biggest news of the day, really. And look, let me just give you my perspective on this. Cryptos ain't going anywhere. We've got the regulations, we've got the rules, we've got the rails for this thing to succeed. But if you want to be making wealth, true wealth from crypto, you need to be watching, listening to the news every day. You need to be checking the markets every day. And I'm not talking about you need to be day trading. No. I'm talking about keep your mind supple when it comes to crypto. Keep your ear to the ground, because things are changing. Just because you see, you know, the big red candlesticks going down, it doesn't mean to say that crypto's dead. And to some extent, don't pay too much attention to the news. Just keep your ears and eyes out to see how the rails are being built, what companies, institutions, countries are getting involved in crypto. That's the biggest macro indicator that you can get. In any case, I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion, your award-winning Stellar XLM crypto developer, Zioncoins founder. Smash the like, subscribe, and you're going to want to check out the next video, because it's going to be on the news and also our Zig3 V3 DApp application development. Things are moving along, people. Have a great day. Take care now.